Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum friends. Welcome back to the latest transfer episode that we have for today. We are giving the Manchester, basically a transfer special which we are going to do. We're going to be speaking about many clubs and players. What we'll be trying to do over here is that we are going to look at what are the odds for the players to join the clubs. So I did tell you guys as I was going to do this special. I was working on this and that's why I had a delay. But right now I'm going to do this and I'm going to be starting with players this time around rather than the clubs. So this time is going to be a little bit different, and there's something wrong with my button over here. I'm just trying to fix it. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the players, and we're going to start with Rafinha. So right now Rafinha is a very hot player at this moment amongst many clubs. So we're going to look at the odds currently right now between which club is much more looking forward to sign him. So we'll start with Rafinha, and it looks like that is going to be Barcelona, who have the odds of 8 to 13, whereas Chelsea are the next current ones who have 5 to 4, and then the Arsenal coming next, which is at 20 to 1. Newcastle United are 25 to 1. I don't think so. Newcastle United are going to be in the running. I think it's between Barcelona and Chelsea, whereas Arsenal, I don't think so. Since that Chelsea bid, they're going to come back into him. So between Barcelona and Chelsea, I still think that Rafinha wants to go to Barcelona. So that is the reason the odds are in favor of him going to Barcelona. We'll wait out and see what happens. But it seems that Barcelona is still talking to Deco. They are still speaking to him. Deco is trying to kind of tell them to raise some of the cash. And if they're able to do so, he might be able to convince Leeds United. So we will see this one. But so far, according to the odds, Rafinha is tilting towards Barcelona, and a little bit difference between Chelsea and Barcelona, but still number one hot favorite is Barcelona. We're going to go to Christian Eriksen next, which he is being closely linked to Manchester United, and they are the clear favorites 8 to 13, and to stay at Brentford is 9 to 4, whereas Newcastle United are 4 to 1. I don't think so Newcastle United will be in for him. So between Manchester United and Brentford, you could say that Manchester United clearly have an edge. So it seems that Erik ten Hag would have really told his sporting director or to the people at United that they need to get Christian Eriksen, and I'm sure that they would have spoken to the player, but the player is waiting right now to look at how does the squad look, where will he get to play. Perhaps he will speak to Erik ten Hag, and it seems that Christian Eriksen will be a Manchester United player. If you would ask me in terms of percentage, I would give it between 70 to 30% in favor of Manchester United, whereas Brentford would just get 30%. But let's see how this one goes. I'm sure that Christian Eriksen wouldn't be able to turn down Manchester United, but we'll wait some days and see. Now we'll be heading towards Frankie Dion. Now Frankie Dion is being closely linked to Manchester United. He has been, you could say, a prime target for United and Erik ten Hag. United have been speaking to Barcelona for a month. Now they do know that if they get Frankie Dion, then they will go on to the other targets. So it seems just that it's a matter of time. And Manchester United are shown clearly favorites over here with 1 to 8. Whereas if he wants to stay at Barcelona, that's 9 to 2. The next one in is City and PSG, who are rated at 33 to 1. I think it's going to be impossible. Most probably outcome will be that he'll be joining United. That's why the odds are 1 to 8. So you could say that it's 9 out of 10 that he'll be heading to Manchester United. We'll be heading towards Raheem Sterling now. Raheem Sterling, he has the odds joining Chelsea 1 to 7. Whereas to stay at Manchester City is 5 to 1. Barcelona 25 to 1. That's going to be impossible. What it means is that it's almost certain that he'll be joining Chelsea. It's just a matter of time. Maybe City sign Calvin Phillips, and then they will be looking forward to sell one of their own player, which will be Raheem Sterling. So Thomas Tuchel will be getting him. The odds look pretty good, 1 to 7. So that means Raheem Sterling is almost certain to join the Blues. We'll be heading to the next target, next player, which is Robert Lewandowski. Robert Lewandowski has a favorable odds with Barcelona, who are the number one favorites to sign him. The odds are 1 to 5, and to stay at Bayern Munich is 9 to 2. Chelsea are next 12 to 1. I think he's going to be joining Barcelona. It's just a matter of time. Once this Frankie Dion deal does take place, then I'm sure that he'll be joining Barcelona for 1 to 5. And we'll be going to the next one, which is Matches de Ligt. Now this is something quite interesting because I checked at this few days back and it wasn't as it is right now. What I'm looking at, the odds are, I think most of the bets have started been taken for De Ligt to Chelsea. That is the reason why you can see that it's 4-7. I remember when I did check this one the last time, it was around 6-1, and I never thought that this would come towards 4-7. So that definitely means that Chelsea are strictly speaking to Juventus at this moment. Maybe there will be some sort of agreement. Maybe Chelsea will pay some more money, and most probably we might see a surprise in this transfer window, that if they are able to sign the likes of De Ligt. Because I do know this one thing, that from Spain it was reported that Erik ten Hag loves De Ligt. He would want to get this pair of De Ligt and Frankie Dion playing for him. So I do not know if Manchester United would want to go in for him if Chelsea bid for him and Juventus are willing to sell him. Let's see how this one goes. But right now, by looking at this, the odds are Chelsea with 4-7. To stay at Juventus is 13-8. And Manchester United are the next one with 10-1. So the bookies are giving an outside chance to Manchester United. It's a long shot, 10-1. But Chelsea are the clear favourites. So let's see this one and we'll see how this one goes. We're going to be moving on to the next one, which is Neymar. Now Neymar was linked a move away from the club due to the fact that there are some changes happening at PSG, and it seems that he's not wanted. Maybe looking for a buyer. And right now the odds which are over here, it's Chelsea number 1, which is 4-1. Barcelona are in the second position, 5-1. Manchester City 12-1 in the third position. Juventus in the fourth position, 18-1. Real Madrid 22-1. Bayern Munich 25-1. United 25-1. I think the most likely outcome will be, maybe we'll find this one a little bit later in the transfer window. Maybe PSG signs some players and then they will test out the waters if there is any particular buyer for Neymar. I think Chelsea will be the clear favourites, but let's wait out and see. So far the favourable odds are in favour of Chelsea. We'll wait and see how this one goes. Next one is Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is apparently getting favourable odds to Crystal Palace to rejoin his old club. 3-1 are the odds. Roma are the next one with 4-1. And I think we'll wait out and see. I'm not sure that Erik ten Hag would want to sell him, but let's see how this one goes. I'll be moving on to the next one, which is Adam Atarori. Now Adam Atarori is getting favourable odds to Leeds United, which is 7-2, whereas Barcelona getting 4-1. I don't think so he'll be joining either Barcelona or Tottenham. Maybe Everton would have an outside chance, which is 12-1, but Leeds United are the clear favourites right now with 7-2. We're going to move on to the next targets as well, if you can bear me a sec. We're going to move on to Anthony. Anthony who plays for Ajax. Apparently he's been linked to Manchester United. The odds he's getting right now is 1-4, whereas AC Milan are getting the odds of 16-1 and Arsenal are 20-1, which means that Anthony is a clear favourite for Manchester United. 1-4, it's a good shot, but let's see what United are able to do once they get their main transfer business done. Then I think they'll come back for Anthony, and I'm sure that Anthony will be joining United. We'll be looking at Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. He is getting favourable odds to Leicester City, which is 2-1. Second joint favourites are Aston Villa with 7-2, and West Ham United are standing in the third position. So that means Leicester City as well as Aston Villa are the ones who are interested in him. Now we're going to go to Anthony Martial. Anthony Martial is getting no good odds in regarding to leave Manchester United. Monaco are with 6-1, Lyon with 7-1, whereas West Ham United are 8-1, Newcastle United are 9-1. So that means it depends. If any club comes in, then we might see changes in these odds. So we'll wait out and see. We'll be moving towards Broja, who plays for Chelsea. He is getting favourable odds in terms of to West Ham and Newcastle United. West Ham have 11-8 odds, whereas Newcastle United have 9-2. So that means they are joint favourites for this player. Whereas Everton coming in third, which is a long shot, 12-1. So let's see how this one goes going further. Now we will be moving on to Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon is getting only 2 clubs odds, which is both of the North London clubs, Tottenham and Arsenal. Tottenham are clear favourites for 11-4 odds, whereas Arsenal have 25-1. So that means Gordon is quite clear favourite to join Tottenham. will be heading towards Bernardo Silva. This is a really interesting one. Remember, Bernardo Silva wants to leave City, so he is being linked to Barcelona with the favorable odds of 74. Next one is PSG with 20 to 1. I think they have an outside shot, so I think Barcelona are the clear favorites, but I still think it's going to be hard for Barcelona to get Jules Koundé, Lewandowski and Bernardo Silva. They haven't got enough money, so we'll wait out and see. But currently right now he's getting an odds of 74. Now we will be moving on to the next one, which is Conor Calliger. Remember, Conor Calliger is being targeted by Frank Lampard of Everton, so we're going to look at his odds. Newcastle United right now, they are the clear favourites for 4 to 1. Everton are second best with 92. Aston Villa are in third with 5 to 1 alongside Crystal Palace, which is 5 to 1 as well. I think it's going to be between Newcastle United and Everton. That is why they have given them, you could say, an equal terms of odds. So let's wait out and see what do Everton do. Richarlison deal will be over. It's done already. So Everton have now some money to spend. So we'll see who do they go out and get. So this is what we have for Conor Calliger. We're going to move on to Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Dominic Calvert-Lewin is right now getting odds of 5 to 4 in favor of Newcastle United. Arsenal are the next one with 11 to 2. Then we have City, United, West Ham, which are 6 to 1, 8 to 1 and 20 to 1. I don't think so these clubs will be going in for him. It's clearly between Newcastle United and Arsenal. I think Arsenal, they've already got Gabriel Jesus. I don't think so they'll be going for Calvert-Lewin. So we'll wait out and see what do Newcastle United do. I think it's Newcastle United are clearly going to get him. That is why they're getting the favorable odds of 5 to 4. So that is for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Next, we're going to go towards Harry Winks. Harry Winks, who has been linked with a move away from Spurs. It seems that his Spurs career is almost coming to an end. Everton are the clear favourites with 5 to 2 odds, whereas Southampton are 5 to 1. Leeds United are 6 to 1. Leicester City are 6 to 1. So that means Everton are the clear favourites to get the player. They are surely gonna go for him. That is why they're getting the odds of 5 to 2. I'm sure that many people have started betting on this. That is the reason why bookies have given Everton the favourable conditions. Harry Winks was linked to Southampton early in the last season, but they have given Everton the first position in terms of odds. So Harry Winks is clearly favoured to join Everton. Now we will move on to Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney, who plays for Brentford, is being linked with a move away. Newcastle United are right now currently the favourites one with 3 to 1 odds. Arsenal are 8 to 1. I think Toney might stay at Brentford, but you never know with Newcastle United. They might come in with a late bid. We're going to go towards Ismail Assar. Ismail Assar, who was relegated with Watford, is looking for a move away. West Ham United are the clear favourites over here with 13 to 8 odds, whereas Newcastle United are in the second position with 9 to 2. Crystal Palace in third position with 8 to 1. Everton in the fourth position 9 to 1. Now, I think West Ham United were looking into Danjuma for Villarreal, but I think with Ismail Assar, who has already played for the Premier League, I think West Ham United will try to at least discuss the fee with hello Abdullah Zahid, thank you very much for tuning in. Assalamu alaikum, thank you very much. It's nice to see you back again. And Ismail Assar, he has played for Watford and Premier League. It might be the reason. Good evening, Nick Nack, thank you very much. So it might be the fact that West Ham United, if they are not able to agree the fee with Villarreal, or if they are not able to agree the personal terms with Danjuma, then I can see some legs into this. That is the reason why the bookies are giving favourable odds for West Ham United rather than Newcastle United. So we'll wait out and see how this one goes. We'll be moving on to the next one, which is Jesse Lingard. Jesse Lingard has been linked with the move with lots of clubs. Now West Ham United are the clear favourite ones. David Moyes wants him. West Ham wants him. He has already played for them. The odds given in favour of West Ham is 11 to 10. So that's pretty much almost as if he's almost signing the contract by right now, because these kind of odds definitely means that he's in talks. So exactly, I had this idea in my mind to see what bookies are thinking. because sometimes you know what, these lot, you know, they do get some interesting news and they tend to raise the odds, and maybe they have some inside information, and that is an angle to look at if the transfer is possible or not. So that is the reason why I'm doing this, and I've always have this interest in just to see that why are these lot who make money out of these kind of deals, what makes them so sure that they're giving these kind of odds. And that is true, but you know what, I think is due to the fact that sometimes the agents of the player, they do tend to make money out of this. Now there is no law to stop them to make money, because it's not that they're going to raise a bet. They can ask one of their friends to put a bet, and you can never trace it, so you never know. You know, this is a gray area where you do not know what the rules are clearly, so anything is possible. I think so far Jesse Lingard in the media hasn't been linked with any other club. I thought Newcastle United might come in for him, but so far they haven't showed any interest. Maybe Eddie Howe has a different perspective of how he wants Newcastle United to operate. That is the reason why we have heard the story of him being linked with Paqueta of Lyon. Remember that, and yes, of course, that is true. It's always uncertain. This market is always uncertain. But I'm looking at this in a way where sometimes you could say that, you know, it does tend to happen because it depends on what people are betting on. And it's more about the likelier story, like it's kind of thing like, imagine Frankie Dion is moving to Manchester United, and if a story comes out that Manchester City comes in late for him, now suddenly people will go and see that who is reporting that. If there is some serious journalist behind that news, suddenly there will be some sort of shift in the odds. And once that starts taking place, then you would know that there is some truth in it, because it tends to sway that way. But I do not know, for some reason I always have this kind of thing into this, and I always wanted to have a look at this, that how does it work. So for that reason I'm doing this one. I really wanted to do this one, and we'll see how this one goes. So far Jesse Lingard 11-10, Tottenham 5-2, Everton 9-2. Everton is a nice shout. Exactly, you know, people tend to bet in the money because they tend to believe into that. Let's see if I'm a fan, if I think that, you know what, City could get Frankie Dion, and if I believe that, I would straight away get $10 and just go and straight put a bet on it, you know, straight away. I wouldn't. Exactly, you know, the bookies are always the winners, you know, it's the people who bet, they are the losers. But I think, you know, it's just an angle. But right now Jesse Lingard is getting favorable odds of 11-10 with West Ham United. Everton with 9-2. Everton is Jesse Lingard a player for Everton. We do have a fan over here who does join us, Dinba, who is an Everton fan. He tends to, I think it depends on what Everton fans want, because imagine if you lose the likes of Richarlison, you lose the likes of Calvert-Lewin, would you want Jesse Lingard in your team? I'm sure that he will get goals. I'm sure that he would give something in terms of what Lampard expects from his players. That means goals and effort and energy. And Jesse Lingard would remind me of that kind of player which Frank Lampard would like. So let's see how this one turns to. I'm sure that he loved his time at West Ham United. Maybe that works in his favor. Maybe he wants to go back there. But we'll wait out and see. Now I want to come to another interesting name, which is James Ward-Prowse. Now, James Ward-Prowse was linked to West Ham United, but before that I do remember he was close to Newcastle United as well. I think he will move this season. I'm sure that West Ham United would want him, because they do know that Declan Rice, maybe if not this season, maybe next season he'll get a move, and they need to have a replacement. So that is why they will go out and they will try to spend. Remember, Mark Noble has already retired, so that means if they lose Declan Rice, they need somebody in the middle alongside Souček. So I think James Ward-Prowse is tilted towards West Ham United, and the odds are 1-1, so that means almost you would see him joining West Ham United. But he does gives you those kind of passes from behind. He's a different kind of number 6. He is a different kind of an anchorman. He makes those plays from the deep. Souček is a destroyer. Maybe West Ham would change the way they play. That's what I think. So, but I think they can't get a like-to-like replacement for Declan Rice. Like, who would you get a like-to-like replacement for Declan Rice? I don't see anyone, unless and until you go for somebody like Scott McTominay, but he's not as good as Declan Rice. So I do not know if David Moyes would be interested in him. But there's this player which I'm really interested in is John Mcginn. Now, this is quite interesting because remember, Aston Villa have Douglas Luiz, they have John Mcginn, they have Ramsey, and Steven Gerrard have gone and get Kamara from Marseille. It was a free signing, and I think that one of John Mcginn or Douglas Luiz will leave the club. Now, John Mcginn, he was reportedly linked with Manchester United, and no, Rice will not go in this window for sure. I think next window he might, but not in this window for sure. Same as Jude Bellingham. I think Declan Rice and Jude Bellingham are going to stay in their respective teams because of the World Cup year. They're going to make sure that they are selected for the national team squad. They want to go to the World Cup. I don't think so they would want the move themselves until and unless the clubs who are in for them would have straight away come in for them earlier, and they would have paid West Ham United what they were asking for. But it doesn't seem that way, so that is why the players themselves are not pushing for a transfer. I think because of the World Cup year, they're not going to do that. They're going to do the World Cup, and maybe next transfer window they're going to look for the moves. So John Mcginn, he was linked to Manchester United, whereas Tottenham and Arsenal, United, Dortmund, Leicester City, there's so many names. I think it's going to be a little bit hard for Steven Gerrard to sell John Mcginn. I think the fact of the matter is that there is not that much, you could say, demand for him in the window from the other clubs. Maybe late in the window, maybe the clubs are waiting. Let's look at Leicester City. Imagine if Tielemans left. Now Leicester City will be looking for a player, and they might see if the clubs are gonna go low on the valuation, and then they might come in and bid late. So I expect John Mcginn to be at Aston Villa, but you never know late in the transfer window. You never know. These things are quite surprising. So I would still hold my laurels about John Mcginn, and I'm going to wait on this until the end of the transfer market. James Maddison, he was in hot commodity 2 to 3 years ago. Right now, I don't see him moving anywhere. Jack Harrison, I think he's going to stay at Leeds United. I'm going to come to Lucas Paqueta. Now, Lucas Paqueta, I'm sure that he's been talking to Bruno Guimaraes, and Bruno Guimaraes has really impressed me. He is really a find for Newcastle United, and I've seen Lucas Paqueta playing for Lyon this season. He's really a brilliant player. I think if he joins Newcastle United are going to be really a force. It's going to be a big improvement from the likes of Longstaff, from Shelby. Newcastle United are going to hold the ball much more better, and I think Eddie Howe is going to go for Paqueta. It's just about the valuation. The fee which was reported was 50 million euros. I think Newcastle United will look to some sort of agreement between 40 to 45 million. But let's see, it's too early in the window. But they're working on this transfer, and they're the clear favourites with 4 to 7 odds. And I'm very much looking forward to him playing for Newcastle United. He's going to be a really good player in Premier League. Now, moving forward, we're going to look at Cornet, who was relegated with Burnley, and he's getting an odds of 72 for West Ham, Everton 92, Newcastle United 92, Leicester City 6 to 1. I do not think so there'll be market for him, but you never know, maybe Burnley are desperate to sell him for low price. We'll wait out and see this one. Now we'll head towards Marcos Alonso. He's been linked to Barcelona. I think Barcelona are waiting just for Frankie Dion. Once that is done, they are going to announce Christensen, they're going to announce Kessie as free transfers joining Barcelona. Then they will go out for Lewandowski. Once that is done, then I can see them coming back to Chelsea and speaking about Azpilicueta as well as Alonso. So I think I would just hold on. But as far as I know, that Alonso is desperate to leave for Barcelona. So we'll wait out and see this one. And let's go to Nicolas Pepe. Nicolas Pepe, for certainly, he'll be leaving Arsenal for sure. Now, which club will he go to? I do not know of that, but Arsenal will have to take a big hit on the fee which they paid for him. I think it depends on which club comes in for him. In the odds, it's PSG with 11-4, and Newcastle United are next with 6-1, Ajax with 7-1. I think most probably what I'll see is that Pepe will be leaving out on loan rather than a permanent transfer, because I'm not sure any club would want to pay big bucks for him. He hasn't come good for Arsenal. He did play good for Lille, but exactly, I'm surprised PSG want Pepe, because PSG would have much better options in terms of the quality they're looking for in terms of winger, and that is the reason why I wouldn't consider PSG going in for Pepe. Whereas speaking about another name, which is Nathan Ake, which I'm coming towards, he has been linked a move back to his old club Chelsea. Remember, he played for the academy. He has been linked with Chelsea, and the odds are 4-7. Whereas Newcastle United are next with 16-1. I don't think so Newcastle United will go for him. They've signed Botman from Lille, so I can definitely see him going back to Chelsea. But then again, who do Chelsea go for? They are in for De Ligt. They are also speaking to Conde. Recently they were linked to Koulibaly, so we will wait and see what happens with that front. But Nathan Ake, if he wants to join Chelsea, City are going to sell him for much bigger money. Exactly, let's see how that one goes. And now we'll be moving towards N'Golo Kante. Remember, N'Golo Kante was injured last season. He's getting to that age of his stage where it's more about injuries and his recovery. It seems that I don't think so he'll get any move. Any top club would go for him until and unless they have so much money to spend. And yes, that is true. The left is very expensive. So I think what's going to happen is N'Golo Kante, he's speaking to Thomas Tuchel. Now Thomas Tuchel is going to be quite tricky, because remember, Thomas Tuchel wants a midfielder. He's not happy with Kovacic. He's not happy with Jorginho. N'Golo Kante is almost 60% injured throughout the whole season. So I think Thomas Tuchel, once that attacking lineup is done with Rafinha and Sterling, and that centre back problem, he's going to go back to the midfield and see what can he do. So let's wait out and see what happens with this one. I'm not sure that some club would be interested in N'Golo Kante unless any Italian club comes in for him, such as Juventus or maybe AC Milan. But I'm not sure that N'Golo Kante would be moving away from Chelsea. Now let's come to another interesting name, which is Ousmane Dembele. I really love this player. I believe that if this player was injury free, he's really one of the superb players. He has got this element in him, which is, I think he's really one of those players. After Arjen Robben, I think he's a proper winger which is really threatening, and he's really good on the ball, and he's really one of the superb wingers. But Bart injury, you could say that he hasn't played so many games. So Rafinha is still working with Deco. He's asked Deco to speak to Barcelona to get more money, maybe in installments. And if Deco is able to convince Leeds United that Barcelona are willing to pay more, but in installments, then we'll see what Leeds United do respond with that. As far as I know, Rafinha wants to go to Barcelona. It's his first choice. Even it was said that even if Arsenal would have gone for him, he still would have waited for Barcelona. So for him, it's always Barcelona. He wants Barcelona. He still wants Barcelona move. We're going to wait out and see, and let's see what happens. And with Ousmane Dembele, Chelsea are the clear favourites with 1-3. I think Dembele wants more money from Barcelona, so let's see what happens. But if Rafinha only wants to go to Barca, Leeds won't have much option. The problem here lies is this, that if Barcelona are offering 40 million euros and Chelsea are offering them 55 million to 60 million, then the club would say to him that we're not going to sell you for less money. You have to ask your club where you want to go, that they have to at least get the money which right now another competitor is offering us. So I think that the player still has the power, but in case of what's really important over here is that Chelsea have got the upper hand in bidding 60 million. Once they have done that, they have the upper hand now. Now Barcelona will have to somehow, some way offer that kind of money, at least 50 to 55 million, even if they have to pay in installments, because it doesn't mean a good business that what Leeds United are trying to do. Because any player would come up and say, you know what, I want to go and join this club. It doesn't matter they're bidding low. I just want to go and join this club. It never works like that. So that is something that you have to look at this. Whereas Ousmane Dembele, coming back to him, Barcelona are trying to re-sign him. They know that they can't get much better quality than Ousmane Dembele. So that is why they're still speaking to him. Xavi still wants him to re-sign, but he is still asking Barcelona to raise their offer, and let's see what happens. Now I'm gonna go to another name over here. It's to do with Zinchenko. Now Zinchenko has been linked to many clubs, but I think in clear terms it's gonna be Everton. The odds are 6-4, whereas Arsenal are next one with 5-1. So we'll wait out and see how this one goes. I think he will join Everton. Lampard wants him. He wants to have him playing in the midfield. So I'm sure that Zinchenko will be joining him. So, no, but he hasn't said no to Chelsea, remember. He hasn't said no to Chelsea. He's waiting for Barcelona, but he hasn't said no to Chelsea. Imagine if Barcelona go and get Lewandowski and Conde, and they haven't got money for Rafinha. And if he would said no to Chelsea, that means he stays at Leeds United. He hasn't said no to Chelsea. If he doesn't want to go to Chelsea, he should have said no, I'm not interested in to move to Chelsea. He hasn't said that. So that means he's waiting for Barcelona. So Zinchenko is being wanted by Frank Lampard, and the odds are 6-4. I'm going to come to Pau Torres. This is an interesting one. Pau Torres was linked with many clubs. His valuation was 40 million to 50 million euros. So he has been linked to Tottenham for 13-8, whereas Manchester United is 5-2. Manchester City is 12-1. I think it depends on Manchester United. If they don't get Lisandro Martinez, then they have been rejected by Timber. They have been refused by Lisandro Martinez, because if he opts to join Arsenal, then I can see Manchester United going in for Torres. Whereas for Tottenham, the problem with Tottenham is they have gone for Lenglet, and they were linked to Guardiola as well. So if they've gone for Lenglet, that means that Antonio Conte doesn't want to pay big money for a centre back this transfer window. So maybe we'll wait out and see how this one goes. So why nobody else is chatting? Exactly, guys. Please do give in your comments. Please do let us know what you guys think. And that is true. That is true. Knick knack. That is true. Guys, please do give in your comments and suggestions what you guys think. I'm moving to Riyad Mahrez. Now Riyad Mahrez, I think he's going to stay at City. I don't see him moving. I think maybe next season. We'll wait out and see. I don't see anything. They're giving odds of 9-1 to Juventus. PSG 9-1. I don't see Riyad Mahrez moving. I'll come to another interesting one, which is Ruben Neves. Ruben Neves is looking out for a move. Now Barcelona were linked to him. Manchester United were linked to him. Arsenal were linked to him. I think if Ruben Neves is going to be valuated at 50 million, I don't think so any club would pay for that much, because remember, you've got the likes of Telemans and you've got many other options out there. So Ruben Neves, I might see him maybe a late bid coming in late in the window. So exactly, I don't see Riyad Mahrez moving. Ruben Neves, Barcelona 3-1, Manchester United 5-1, Arsenal 12-1. I think maybe late in the window for this one. I'm gonna wait late in the window. Now this is interesting one. Last remaining names. Gnabry of Bayern Munich. Now because of Rafinha, he has a choice between Barcelona and Chelsea. Arsenal are out of it. Arsenal are going to pay 60 million. I think Arsenal are back in the Gnabry race, whereas it was only Real Madrid for him. But this time around, bookies have put them in clear favourites. Maybe he would want to go back to his old club. So Arsenal have got the odds of 3-1, similarly to Real Madrid 3-1. And I think it's going to be either of those two. We'll wait out and see how that one goes. Now, coming back to the last name, which is Yuri Tillemans. This is an interesting one. Now, Yuri Tillemans is in demand from lots of clubs. I can see Chelsea, I can see Arsenal, I can see Manchester United. The odds right now are 11-8, and the number one is Arsenal. Number two is Tottenham at 5-2. I don't think so Tottenham will go for him. Manchester United are in third position, 9-2. and I think is going to be between Arsenal, Chelsea, and Manchester United. That's what I think. Liverpool have got the odds of 22-1. I think Liverpool are waiting for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain to leave the club. Once that is done, maybe then they will go, because remember they have re-signed Salah, which I'll be coming in later for the evening update. I'll be coming at 8 p.m. and I'll be giving you the update for the other transfer stories. This is a special episode which I wanted to do about these transfer odds, and I'll be coming up and summing up what has happened for today so far, and I'll be giving you the updates for that one. So right now, this is what currently I have, guys. Please do subscribe to the channel. Press that like button. I know this episode has gone a little bit longer, but this is what it was all about. I'm sure we'll be doing another one of these maybe in a week or a 2-week time, because I would still want to come back at this. There'll be so many other transfer moves still to be happen. So guys, please do subscribe to the channel. Please let your friends know who are into football. Please let them know about this channel. Please join this football community we are trying to raise over here. I know this channel is trying to grow on this YouTube platform. Please subscribe, press that like button as well. Give in your suggestions in the comment section. Thank you very much, Nick Nack, for your comments. I really appreciated that you did tune in today, and I really want to thank you enough. It's a really good thing that you have tuned in with Football Gupshup, and hopefully you'll be joining us for later episodes. Remember, guys, later in the evening I'll be summing up the transfer stories which has happened so far for today. Lots of stories. Richarlison, we'll be speaking about Rafinha, we'll be speaking about Mohamed Salah. Lots of stories to be done, and hopefully I'll see you at 8 p.m. GMT, which is UK time. So please do tune in, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the evening one, 8 p.m. Have a nice one. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.